I find it really awkward. I find that I don't know. I've never been friends with my exes, so I don't really know what it's like. But I can't imagine it being very easy, so to speak.
Well, I say like right now in the current situation that we are right now, where we're just friends, we talk every once in a while, we say how things doing. I find it very easy, because you also have to think. My situation's kind of a bit special as well in the terms that we grew up together. We've known each other since we were 10, so that's half of my life right now, you know.
Yeah.
So she's one of my oldest friends, and you know we've seen each other and we've experienced loads of things together, whether that's obviously my first relationship, but also just in before we were together and just in the friendships, I guess. I suppose the first friendship sense, you know, because we were friends for 5 years before we were in a relationship.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's kind of hard and in a sense a bit unfair to just say let's stop talking for the rest of our lives, you know. And also not only that, but also like I say, every summer and Christmas I meet up with all of my high school friends. So if we stop being friends, then it would be a bit awkward to just see her there and be kind of like, hi, how you doing? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, as I say, it's your case is slightly different because you have friends in common and you do cross paths. You both come back to Spain. You know, both your families are still here in Spain, so you coincide, and it would be maybe awkward if you didn't. I don't know. I remember a couple of years. So I broke up. I think I said this in the first relationships episode, the breakups episode. I broke up with my first really serious girlfriend, who I was with for like 4 years. And once we broke up, we were together for 1 month before she managed to get away.
Yeah.
That month was actually very nice, very good. You know, we were friends during that time. And when she left, we parted on good terms. So it wasn't like we said, okay, we're not going to be friends again. So it never really crossed my mind not to be friends. It is true that the moment she stepped on that plane, I totally forgot about her and moved on. And then years later, when I came back to Spain, she actually came to see me. You know, she happened to be happened to be down here on holiday, seeing some friends or something, and she rang the bell, and there she was. We had a little chat, and then we agreed to go out for a drink that night, and I never turned up. I didn't like it at all. Yeah, it was I did not get a good feeling at all. I stood her up. Yeah. She got really angry. She got really angry. We haven't spoken since. Because I didn't actually like seeing her. It was horrible. I felt like a really bad guy because I'd moved on so well without her, and she was she was a huge part of my past, obviously, but she was my past, and past it was like totally gone out of my mind. And I had moved on so drastically that I didn't really want to see her at all. She didn't. It didn't elicit any fond memories. That's a horrible thing to say, isn't it, for somebody that you spent 4 years of your life with? And I haven't thought about her since, and I don't really care if she's. You know, I mean, I'm assuming if I saw her now, I would say hi and be cordial, and you know, I'd be kind of curious to see how she's gotten along with her life, but not really. And I think that stands too for all my other girlfriends. You know, the latest one I had, I was also with her for around 4 years before I met Mommy. And I know where she is. In fact, she had a child with my best friend. now there's a story. So I know what she's up to. And I know where she is, but again, I have no desire whatsoever to ever talk to her again, ever.